Hello everyone, welcome back to more Mario in Japanish. Time to do this here course. This is actually the video that I'm recording third. I'll go over that in a second, actually. Let's talk about that in a second. Power Star no Chikara de Tsugi no Sekai e no Doa wa Shizuka ni Hiraita. So we got, the Power Star's power through the power of the Power Stars, or by means of the power of the Power Stars. The next World 2 door. This is quite an interesting thing, well worth getting the hang of. So we just got the, to the next world, and then we have to use no to attach a noun to it. So it's the door to the next world. The next world to door. Wa Shizuka ni hiraita. So hiraku. Hiraita meaning the past tense of hiraku, meaning to open, and shizuka being quiet, and I suppose shizuka ni, making it into like an adverb, so quietly opened. But yeah, this is definitely worth keeping in mind. Excuse me. You could say, like, I don't know, Tokyo e... No, that doesn't really work, does it? I can't really think of an example. I'm no good at thinking of examples. I need to get one. I've just got this in my head now. Sekai e tsugi no sekai e no doa. Maybe you could put like Tokyo e no michi, which might make sense. It's like the Tokyo 2 road, or the road that goes to, that leads to Tokyo or something. But then again, perhaps you don't need an example. I'll get better at this, I hope. I'll get better at coming up with examples the more content I make. And here we have Battan Kingu no Toride. So again, Battan, I guess just being an enemy name. I guess it just kind of has like an onomatopoeic like quality to it, because Womp does, right? His name in English is Womp, isn't it? It's Womp's Fortress, and Womp sounds like what he does. He womps you, he like crushes you. So I guess this is just similar, Battan. Battan Kingu no Toride. So Toride is fortress, of course, that's what this level is. And so it's like the Womp King's fortress, if you wanted to translate it. And then Ikari no Battan Kingu. Ikari meaning like rage, or like fierce rage, I suppose. Anger, hatred, rage, wrath. And then Battan King, so it's like the angry, or the anger of the Womp King, I suppose. Oh my god, here we go. So yeah, we got Kameraman no Jugenu desu. So this is the cameraman Jugen. Chotto advice. So a little advice. Shizuka ni arukitai toki wa yukkuri aruku koto desu. Brilliant. That's kind of obvious, isn't it? So quietly. Aruku is to walk. Arukitai is like the desire form, I suppose. So when you want to walk quietly. Toki makes it into a time, or times when you want to walk quietly, or when you want to walk quietly. Yukkuri means like at ease, like comfortably, like slowly, at ease, restful is what I've got in my dictionary. So, yukkuri aruku koto desu. Yeah, at ease, slowly, steadily, I suppose, steadily walk koto desu. And this koto here, what does that mean? Yukkuri aruku koto. Yukkuri aruku koto desu. It's kind of saying, it's not very obviously saying that that's what you must do or what you should do. This is just a grammar point. I think this might be N2. This might be JLPT N2. It might be 3. I can't remember, but I've seen it in one of my textbooks anyway. But yeah, it's kind of like, the thing of walk steadily, very literally and clunkily translated. But yeah, when you've got this koto here like this, it's kind of means that you have to, or you must, or you should. Yeah, I can't really go into more detail, to be honest. Mawari wo mitai toki wa C botan no migi to hidari de kamera wo skoshi mawasemasu. So mawari meaning like your environment, the things around you, surroundings. Mitai toki wa, so when or at times you want to look, you want to see your surroundings. C botan no migi to hidari de, the C buttons right, migi is right, and hidari left, de, so through the use of the C buttons left and right. Kamera wo skoshi mawasu. Mawasu is to sort of make something go around something, isn't it? It's transitive. So you are causing the camera to rotate around something. Mawaru would mean that you yourself are going around something. That's mawaru, that's intransitive. And then mawasu is to make something else go around something. So yeah, mawase masu. And then because it's mawase, that makes it potential form. So it's just you can rotate the camera around. And skoshi just means a little, doesn't it? It means, you can rotate the camera a little bit at a time using C left and C right. Yeah. Shi no shita de toku kara. So C, shita meaning down or below. In this case, C down, through the use of C down. Toi means far or distant. So toku kara just means like from far, from distance, from far away. Again, there's sort of no verb here. It's just, using C down from afar. So, yeah, as I said, like no verb in that. Dekinai tokoro de wa bu to iimasu. Dekinai is just the negative potential form of suru, I suppose. So it's like, not can. Tokoro means like a place, or it can be, as it is in this case, like a place in time or a point in time. Actually, no, is it? Dekinai tokoro de wa. It might actually be a physical place in this case. It's like at physical places, in physical places where we are unable to do that. Bu to iimasu. We will say, quote, bu. is the best probably translation of that. And then yoroshiku. Yoroshiku meaning, a short form of yoroshiku onegaishimasu, which means kind of just modestifies, just modists up the end of the thing. Yoroshiku. So, it's kind of like asking very modestly that we bear this in mind, I suppose. Yoroshiku onegaishimasu. Yeah. I suppose it kind of means please. a very modest way of saying please. But yeah, obviously the word please doesn't really imply enough. It's hard to translate, but that's kind of what's going on. It's like, yeah, going, you know, please bear that in mind, or thank you for bearing it in mind, sort of thing. You're just very polite, very modest. And then Jugeno, just signing off there. Oh yeah, what was I saying? I was talking about... Yeah, the videos are going to like jump all over the place, I suppose, because I'm going to kind of play the game mostly in order, but I'm going to edit them so that things are cleared in the order, you know, cleared level by level, basically. So you might see the star count jump around between videos, but that's just because I'm trying to keep all of like the Womp's Fortress stars in one video and all of the Bob on Battlefield stars like in other videos where possible. Having said that, it's probably only really going to matter for the first few videos when I have to jump around to be able to get enough stars to get the wing cap to get one of the Bob on Battlefield stars. So, yeah, you might see the star count jump around, but I'm trying to... Yeah, that's because I recorded things in a different order to how I uploaded them, basically. Here we have... Kini Irane! So this is just him, like, you know, yelling, I suppose. And then Kini Iru means, like, to kind of like something or to take something very favourably. I think. Like, for example, is that even right? This is kind of a bit different to what it normally means here. Yeah, kini iru. So you often hear people say like kini ita, meaning that they kind of like something quite a lot. They're quite pleased with something. They, you know, it's yeah, kini ita. But this, he's saying like, you know, kini irane, like, you know, I can't take it, I suppose. I can't accept it. I reject it, I guess. And I don't really know why. I mean, ki, as I've said before, it's kind of like your consciousness, or perhaps your vibe, I suppose. And then, you know, for something to enter that, it's like you accept it and that it enters your vibe. You let it enter your vibe, I guess. It's kind of a very literal and not very useful way of translating it, probably. And he's saying, you know, he's not gonna, he doesn't let it enter his vibe. He's not okay with it. Anyway, quite simply, it means, yeah, he can't take it. And then, Oretachi ishi no okage de ie mo shiro mo dekiteru de no ne. And I don't know why this is like this at the end, but that's weird. Ore is kind of a quite roughish, kind of, not that rough, but it's kind of masculine sounding pronoun for oneself. So he's kind of, you know, trying to sound kind of masculine. Oretachi, the pluralizer there. Ishi is like a stone or a rock. He is an ishi, isn't he? So, oretachi ishi no okage de. Okage de basically means thanks to us stones, because of us stones. Ie, meaning house or home. Mo, inclusive, so houses and. Shiro, castles. Mo, again inclusive, so houses and castles. Dekiteru. Dekiteru, I guess, in this case, means to be made out of. Dekiru means, like, to complete something, I suppose. And in this case, the ishi are, you know, like, completing our houses and homes, and therefore kind of, you know, being made out of the stones, or the rocks. And I suppose in that sense, that's why it also means to be able to do. It means that you are able to like complete something. But, you know, I might be taking things, so I might just be trying to make it work across all different meanings of the word when I shouldn't be. And then de, tough to explain. Ie mo shiro mo dekiteru de no ne. I actually don't really know why this is here, actually. Dekiteru de. And then it's long. Dekiteru de. No ni. I actually don't know why this is here. I guess it's just... I guess this is just like making this into a fact. It's like the fact that your houses and castles are made out of stones. Us stones. I guess that's kind of what it's doing. It's just kind of doing that. Which doesn't make sense in English. Can't really translate it, I guess. And then no ni is just kind of like a regretful, like despite or even though or although. It's kind of like a, in this case, I suppose, quite an angry despite. It's like, you know, even though your houses are made out of the stones. He's kind of saying in kind of an angry way. いつも踏みつけるばっかりで、ちったありがたがったらどうなんで? I don't know what's going on. Oh. It's getting all angry here. So いつも is just like always. 踏む means to step onto something, to, you know, with your foot, just to step on something. And so 踏みつける, I suppose, just kind of makes that a little bit more... maybe it's like to step and to press onto, so it kind of makes it a little bit stronger of a disrespectful way of stepping on something. I don't know. Fumitsukeru bakkari de. Bakkari meaning to do nothing but, essentially. So it's like all you do is always, you know, step on us. You do nothing more than that, nothing other than that for us. And then I feel like this de at the end just kind of allows the sentence to continue afterwards, pretty much. Yeah, I think that's all that does there, really. Cheetah alligata gattara. Cheetah, I suppose, is just a slightly, maybe like rougher way of saying chito, meaning like a tiny little amount. So chita is just the same, just means a tiny little amount. Arigatangatara. Arigato obviously is, you know, to say thank you. Arigatai is like the, I suppose, the adjective of being grateful. And then arigato, yeah, arigatangatara. Bloody hell, this is a lot to explain here, I suppose. Arigatagaru might be meaning that someone, it kind of makes it into a verb where someone has the desire to say thank you, or maybe they feel grateful. Arigatangaru. Yeah, it might be like they are feeling grateful, to feel grateful. And then arigatangatara simply makes it into the, like, the conditional form. Like if you felt even the slightest bit grateful, I think donandi or donandai. I don't know what's going on there. Chitta arigatagattara. I think it might be saying like the do is like how, and then I suppose nanda is just like very inquisitive, quite simply. Very inquisitive, like nano or nanda, yeah, it kind of just makes it very strong, sort of inquisition at the end. I'm a little bit... There's a few different meanings I can get from this, which is bad. It's kind of a shame. But I think he's like saying, how is it? How, like how? This is how. So is he kind of saying, like, he's questioning if we are even grateful? Or why? How is it that we don't feel grateful? Or how is the state of us feeling grateful, maybe? Kind of like... It's hard, man. It's hard to translate. I think I get it, but I can't explain it. So this kind of how is just addressing the whole situation, like kind of questioning it. And then a little bit feeling grateful. So is it that you are even a little bit grateful, or maybe like, how do you show your gratitude kind of vibe to this sentence? Yeah, I think that's probably the best you're going to get. And then this, like he's just getting angry, isn't he? Basically. Oi, soko no Nisan. So he's obviously just yelling oi at us. Soko no Nisan, that's us. Nisan. Oh, it is, okay. Well, it's kind of weird that he's saying Nissan, because we're an old dude, aren't we? Anyway, obviously this usually means older brother, but it's also used just very often to just mean, you know, a young man. Which I didn't think Mario was, actually, but I guess he is. Yeah. Hura hura shiten jane ya. What's hura hura? Don't actually know. Unsteady on one's feet, stagger, reel, totter, dizzy. So I guess he's saying, like, don't just stand there looking useless, I suppose, maybe, or don't just wander around over there, maybe something along those sorts of lines. The nair here is like a, you know, kind of a rougher way of saying nigh again. Janai, janeya. This ya kind of just adds a little bit of a vibe to it that I can't really explain, to be honest. Kigen ga waruinde. This is like your mood, kigen. So your mood. Warui meaning to be bad. Basically, bad, negative. It can mean evil, but yeah, in this case, it doesn't. It just means he's in a bad mood, basically. Oshi tsubushi chimaozao. Oshi or osu, meaning to press. To push, to press, to apply pressure from above. And then tsubusu, meaning to crush. So he's basically just saying he's going to crush us to bits. He's going to crush us into the ground. Chimaozao. Oh, chimao. I didn't know this. To do something completely. What does that mean? Is it the same as like... It might also just be the same as shimao. But just said as chimao because he wants to say it a bit differently for fun. Yeah, I'm not actually sure. And this might also be shimao. Could be usable here. But he's just going with chimao because he kind of prefers the sound of it. Or maybe just because it's a game and it sounds a bit sillier or more fun or something. I don't know. Monku ga annara hippu doroppu de kono battan kingu sama wo fumitsukete miyagare. Monku is just a complaint. Or, you know, if if you have any qualms, I suppose. If you have any qualms with that, if you have any objections or complaints. Annara, just a sort of a very quickly said aru nara. Aru nara, but it just becomes annara because it's a lot easier to say. So, yeah, that's what it means anyway. Monku ga annara. Hip drop, hip drop. I don't know what they mean by that because that's not really English, is it? What the hell is a hip drop? And obviously they mean ground pound, but your hips are on your sides, aren't they? So that would hurt quite a lot, wouldn't it? I don't know. Hip drop de, so using hip drops. Kono battan kingu sama. This Womp King, and then a very like kind of arrogant self-titling way of referring to himself. He's calling himself Summer, which very arrogant. Don't do that in real life. Yeah, just don't do that in real life. But he's sort of elevating himself above us very arrogantly by putting Summer on the end of his own name, sort of thing. Fumitsukete miyagare. Fumitsukeru we've already covered, is like to press down into the floor, and then miilu is again that that kind of experimental way of trying something. So he's kind of saying like just try crushing me into the ground. And then this yagaru is used at the end of verbs, the end of stems of verbs, and I'll just read what my dictionary here says. It says to indicate hatred and contempt for another's action. So obviously he's gonna despise us doing this, and he's he's indicating that by putting yagaru at the end. Excuse me. And then yagare is like the imperative form, isn't it? So it's like just try and effing crush us into the floor, sort of thing. So yeah, let's do it, boy. Totally a speedrunner. Oh, let's get the mouse off. Looks horrible, doesn't it? Oh, he's done. No, he's not. Oh shit. What? I've done him 3 times, haven't I? Oh, that one didn't count. It's interesting. Damn it. I've done him. I'm going to have done him 5 times. There we go. And then, kuyashi so. Kuyashi simply means like regretful, remorseful. I think kuyashi, yeah, repent, regret, and this is the adjective form. So he's saying like, perhaps he's saying like having lost is very regretful, very remorseful. I think. I don't think he's saying that he is sorry. I think he's just kind of very unhappy that he lost, maybe. He could be saying that he's sorry for getting angry, but I'm not sure. And then mata mata, humitsuke alechi mata. Mata mata just meaning, I suppose, like again and again and again, over and over again. Fumitsuke alechi mata. This is that kind of verb form. It does get called passive, but I suppose it kind of is, puts it in the passive voice. But basically, this lalelu at the end of verbs means that the action has been done to the subject of the sentence, and not that the subject is doing the verb. So it's fumitsuke lalelu. I have been trodden on, or pressed into the floor again. And then chimatta, I think we saw in a previous video, probably part 2, episode 2 or whatever, where it said Kupa ga tojite shimatta door. And it means that the doors that Cooper unfavorably closed or undesirably closed. It's undesirable to us that he closed them. This is a kind of another form of that, I suppose. Fumitsukelale chimatta. That's basically the same as fumitsukelale te shimatta, but it's just shorter and probably just has a very slightly different nuance to it that this guy wants to express. Yeah, it's just the same as that. So I have undesirably been pressed into the floor again, I suppose. Shosen ishi wa ishi nano ka. And shosen is just like ultimately, or, you know, after all that, in the end. Yeah, after all, my dictionary says here. After all, stones are stones, are they? He's kind of like inquisiting rhetorically to himself. He's sort of like saying, are stones mere stones after all? I suppose is a good translation of that. Bloody hell. And he's going, Ome no kachi de. He's a very rough sounding dude, isn't he? Very sort of aggressive way of speaking, I suppose. Ome no kachi de. So ome meaning omae, meaning, you know, a rough way of saying you. Ome is worse than omae. So don't say ome to people, basically. And then kachi is the noun form of the verb katsu, meaning to win. So he's saying this is your victory. And then de, I suppose, is just a very rough way of saying da. Kachi de kore motte ikiyagare. So this, take and go. Go hatefully. Like he's sort of, he wants us to go. He wants us to get out of here. So he's saying ikiyagare. Same as that yagaru from earlier. And then gaku, I guess just meaning, you know, like a noise like that, like a cough or a choke or a sputtering maybe. As he dies, just a sound, and then we get the star. All right. Here we have Toride no teppen e. So the fortresses, teppen. I know it means like top. Teppen. Yeah, it just says, my dictionary just says top, summit, apex, scalp. So summit. We've got like the word for heaven, like 10, and then hen, meaning like area or something. So maybe teppen is like the sky area, which you could literally see it as, but yeah, I probably wouldn't advise it. It's just take it for what it means. It just means summit. See, a lot of the later stuff is just going to be a bit like this. Where I just, you know, there's not really any text. You just go and get the star. But still, that's probably better. It's nice to have a bit of a break from having to, you know, probably sit through... Oh my god! Sit through a lot of text whilst I just kind of read it. Can be kind of nice maybe just to have the game, watch the game be played a little bit. Here we go. Yes. Yeah, boy. Okay then we've got Taiho de Hitotobi. meaning cannon, through the use of the cannon or using the cannon. Hitotobi, I guess this is like a single jump, like hito meaning hitotsu, hitotobi, this meaning flight or jump or launch or whatever. So a single, single launch from the cannon, perhaps. So we just got to go and talk to matey. Hello, buddo. Whoops. Okay. Konnichiwa. Taihou no junbi ni kakarimasu. Yeah, just like hello. The cannon preparations. Kakarimasu. I suppose this means like I will, move. I will move to cannon preparations. I hope. Something along those lines. And then we've kind of seen all this anyway, haven't we? Like the preparations are complete. Shimashita, or I have completed the preparations. With that, take care. Yeah, I'm not gonna just read everything. If we've sort of covered things for the most part. I'm not going to read the canon text every time or anything like that. So, oh, you have to jump. Damn, looked like I could just walk into it. Okay, I'm just going to edit this out and save this text box, this 8-star text box for when it's relevant, when we do the Bowser fight. Alright, yeah, let's get on with some more Womp's Fortress stars here. Okay, Ukishima no Hachimai coin. Uku, meaning to float. Kind of to float upwards. And then Shima, so it's like the floating island, very simply. Floating island, 8 coins. That's all it says, isn't it? It just says 8 coins. It doesn't even say aka coin or anything. Just the floating island's 8 coins. I guess we'd better get the 100 coins at the same time. So it did. I do feel bad. He's not bothering anyone. Just getting killed, having a little rest. Whoops. Oh. I should kill these guys because these guys give blue coins, which are worth 5. And they're worth getting now, so that I don't have to go over 100 coins later, because I want to have exactly 100. Oh dear, terrible. Oi! It's actually fine, so I can just get that one now. Wahoo, 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 yeah. Are there any more piranha plants? I don't think there are there? Oh. Oi! Bloody hell, that was close, wasn't it? I know there's a couple more blue coins near Cannon Boy, so we'll go and get them, I suppose. Ooh! Risky. Or 4. Well worth it. Easy, lads. Alright. 100. Only want 100. Yes. Alright. Nicely done. Gonna get a lot of lives doing this. See how many we have at the end of the game. Okay, so we got Tori Kago e Suton. Tori Kago. I think this is like Tori meaning bird. Kago meaning like basket or cage in this case. Although I suppose the cage that we're getting into here is also in the shape of a basket. So it's like a bird cage. Maybe it's bird cage though, eh? Bird cage. Anyway, kago is also like a... I think it's more like a basket than a cage, actually. But, yeah. Tori kago e suton. This e just meaning towards or to. And stone, I think, is just like the sound of pounding down onto something. I think. Yeah, that's about as good as as good of a translation as you're going to get out of me, to be honest. So that'll do. Dare die. So dare meaning like who, and then die is just kind of it's just a thing people say at the end, I suppose. Dare die. Yeah. It's just like die or kai. I don't know why, really. Like dareda would be like a, you know, who's that? And then die just kind of makes it a little bit more, just gives it a slightly different vibe, I guess. That's all it does, really. Dareda. Sekkaku ii kimochi de neteta no ne. So we got this kind of like regretfulish. I need to think of the way to word this. This kind of regretfulish, you know, even though or despite. It's like despite the fact that I had finally or at great pains or with great effort, I suppose, with great effort, good feeling was sleeping. Yeah, you know, he's obviously, it's like, you know, I'd just gotten to sleep like comfortably. I just had to started to get comfortable sleeping, and you know, now I've been woken up is sort of the whole vibe of this sentence. But yeah, kimochi meaning like you know, feeling, good feeling. De. You know, I was sleeping through the means of a good feeling, or I was sleeping with a good feeling. And sekkaku is, as I said, like kind of with great effort, or if I could give an example, like when I used to teach English out in Japan and that, like I'd go to, when I'd teach people, well, kids, I'd say, you know, I was teaching kids. If the kids were like talking and not listening, the teacher would often say to them like, you know, I suppose I better use my username. Noki sensei ga sekkaku kite kureta, or you know, kite kuremashita, or something like that. You know, like Noki has made great effort to come and be with us, and now you're just talking over him. Like this, that's what it kind of means, sekkaku. It's like, yeah, they've made great effort to come and do something, and now it's just kind of being wasted, I suppose, is maybe what it tends to imply. And then, karada ga omoi na, choudo ii ya. So that's just a noise. Karada meaning body, omoi meaning heavy. So I suppose he's kind of like saying he feels a bit sluggish, feels a bit kind of, bit of a bit slobby, a bit kind of, a bit sluggy. Karada ga omoi na, and then na is just kind of like, it's like just reflecting to himself. He's basically just saying it to himself. Karada ga omoi na, choudo ii ya. And then chodo meaning just. And then e meaning like good or favorable. But basically this phrase means just right. Like bang on, just right. So I think he's saying like this is like the perfect timing. Like this is the exact right time to have woken me up, sort of thing. Watashi to hito tobi shimasen. So me with a single flight, shimasen, like won't you have a single flight with me? Won't you fly once with me? ジャンプボタンを押している間、ぶら下がれますよ。So jump button, pressing, and this is like a continuous state of pressing, isn't it? So it's like, continue pressing or hold. And then ida is a span of time. So the span of time that you are holding the jump button, you can hang, basically. You can hang from my body. Bura sagaru, meaning to like hang down below something. And then bura sagareru is the potential form. So bura sagaremasu is like the polite potential form. So yeah, you can hang the entire span of time that you are holding the jump button. So if you implied within that is that if you let go of the jump button, then you're going to stop holding on. Which is what he says next, in fact. Oritai toki ni hanaseba ii desu. Oritai, oriru, meaning to drop or to get down. Oritai makes it like the desire form, I suppose. So when you want to get down, want to get down, and then toki means when or at the time that you want to get down. Hanaseba ii desu. Hanasu is to let go of something, to release something. And then hanaseba is like a conditional, I suppose. Hanaseba ii is kind of like you should, or it is favorable at that time to release the button. O suki na tokoro e otsure shimasu. So this is just like a little random kind of honorific here. Adding it onto ski, meaning desirable. Just kind of, I suppose, I don't know, it's just an honorific, isn't it? It just kind of makes it, I suppose if you want to think of it, use the word honor, it kind of honors my desire, honors my wishes, kind of doesn't, that's just kind of all it does, I guess. But basically just see it as sometimes you want to say o skina. You could just say skina tokoro, but I suppose he wants to put o on the front. O skina tokoro e. So tokoro just meaning place, so wherever you want, basically your desirable place. To otsure shimasu, like I will lead you or I will take you to your desirable place. Kage wo yoku mite, ei botan de tsukamatte kudasai ne. Kage meaning shadow. Yoku mite meaning like, carefully watch. Yeah, basically. To watch it well, to watch your shadow well, therefore carefully. A botan de, so through the means of the A button or using the A button. Tsukamau, meaning, no, tsukamau, not tsukamau, tsukamaru, right? I think tsukamaru is to grip hold of something, to grab hold of something. Tsukamatte kudasai ne. So, yeah, grab hold of me, please, I suppose. And then ne, kind of like, I suppose kind of pressing like for like an agreeable request. Like rhetorically saying, like, oh, it's kind of like okay at the end, isn't it? Basically, Tsukamatte kudasai. All right, okay. Yeah, kind of seek an agreement-ish kind of thing. So we go up here. Watch our shadow. How do you turn? Oh, that's weird. Oh, it's making me a bit sick. What's going on, boys? Let's go this way a bit first then. The camera's awful, boys. Can't see anything. The camera's shit. The camera's so bad. Damn it. It's Mario camera better. Where are you, dude? There he is. Oh god. Go! Yes! Camera's all moving about and not showing me what I want to see. Alright, last one on this level, right? Excuse me. Taiho de bukawase. Yeah, through use of or using the cannon. Bukawase. So kawasu means to break something or to destroy something. Excuse me. And so again is like with force. So it's like it's like to smash something, to forcefully break something. Interestingly, it doesn't tell us what to break in Japanese. Obviously in English it says, blast away the wall. But it doesn't tell you in Japanese. Oh. All right, nice. Okay then. Well, that's Womp's Fortress done. So yeah, end the video here, I guess. Thanks for watching. Hope it was worthwhile, and I'll see you next time.